Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 28th, 2024, and Barcelona are still keen on signing the Senegalese sensation Amara Diouf. Also, Barcelona are sick and tired of Frenkie de Jong and they no longer consider him untouchable. And finally, Girona are trying to convince Barcelona to let go of Eddie Garcia. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we're beginning this video with great news because Lamine Yamal could be available for the Spanish Super Cup. Now Lamine Yamal suffered an injury against Leganés and it seemed that he was going to be ruled out for 3 to 4 weeks. However, the recovery of our young star has been going really well and he's recovering much faster than initially anticipated. And as such, Barcelona believe that he could be available for the Spanish Super Cup semi-final, which will take place on January 8th against Athletic Club de Bilbao in Saudi Arabia, which means that Lamine Yamal will only miss the Copa del Rey match, the round of 32 Copa del Rey match against UD Barbastro, which most likely he wasn't going to play anyways. Most likely we're going to see mostly reserve team players and substitutes. So definitely good news. Lamine Yamal could be available for that match. Now, Barcelona are not going to take any risks and they're only going to field Lamine Yamal if he's 100% recovered. If he's not, he'll stay on the bench. And of course, the person who will take the final decision on who to field Lamine Yamal will be Hansi Flick. And if there's one thing we know is that Flick does not take any risks with injured players. So we know that he's in good hands. So hopefully it's all going to turn out well. And hopefully we'll see Lamine Yamal playing in the Spanish Super Cup. Now, speaking of young, talented players, we do have to talk about Amara Diouf. However, before doing that, let me remind you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, be sure to hit the Goal Kids, Kit Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. And now let's return to the news because Barcelona are reportedly still keen on signing Amara Diouf. Now, we talked about Amara Diouf in past videos. He's a 16-year-old Senegalese left winger who can also play on the right and through the middle as well. He currently plays for Generation Foot in his home country of Senegal. He's an incredibly talented attacker at 16 years old. He's already made his debut for the senior Senegalese national team. And Barcelona have been tracking Amara Diouf for quite some time. He has, of course, attracted the attention of many European clubs as well. And it was believed that Barcelona had missed their chance and that Amara Diouf was going to sign for FC Metz. And when it all seemed like it was said and done that Amara Diouf was going to head to France, Generation Foot have come out and said that there's actually nothing concrete, that no contracts have been signed, and that Amara Diouf is not going to FC Metz. And as such, this creates an opportunity for Barcelona to reinforce itself with yet another up-and-coming and very promising African talent. Now, Amara Diouf is only 16 years old, so Barcelona are not going to be able to sign him until 2026, June 2026. That's when he turns 18 years old. But nonetheless, just know that Barcelona are still very interested in signing Amara Diouf. In fact, they maintain communication with him throughout his injury because he's been out due to a knee injury. And Amara Diouf in the past has said through his social media accounts that he wants to play for Barcelona. So who knows? We might see Amara Diouf wearing the Blaugrana jersey in 2026. All right, more news because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have grown sick and tired of Frenkie de Jong, who they no longer consider untouchable. Now, as you know, Frenkie de Jong has yet to respond to Barcelona's renewal offer, which they sent him over a year ago. In fact, Barcelona got tired of waiting, and I think it was last month that the club notified Frenkie de Jong that the renewal offer had expired and it was no longer on the table. And if he wanted to renew with Barcelona, he needed to pick up the phone and let Barcelona know that he wanted to stay. Now, as you know from yesterday's video, Frenkie de Jong's agent Ali Dursun was seen in Saudi Arabia, and therefore some rumors emerged that he could be offering Frenkie de Jong to Saudi clubs. However, as soon as Amara Diouf not Amara Diouf, as soon as Ali Dursun heard of these rumors, he made that statement that I mentioned in yesterday's video, stating that no, Frenkie de Jong, there is no interest in Frenkie de Jong going to Saudi, that Frenkie loves Barcelona, that he wants to stay in Barcelona, and that Ali Dursun was only in Saudi for vacation. Well, now it seems that the Saudi sporting ministry are reporting that Ali Dursun actually met with 4 Saudi clubs to offer Frenkie de Jong to those clubs. And they're the 4 biggest clubs: Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, Al Nasr, and there's one more which I can't remember. But anyways, the 4 major Saudi clubs. And it seems that Ali Dursun did offer Frenkie de Jong to these clubs, which of course contradicts his statements that he was only there for vacation. Now, either way, Barcelona are sick and tired of Frenkie de Jong. They consider him that he's no longer untouchable. And in fact, for the first time in many years, they consider that this signing was a failed one, that Frenkie de Jong has failed to prove himself these past 6 years, that his form has dipped a lot, and that if he doesn't increase his performance, that Barcelona are not even going to consider renewing him anymore, and they are going to put him on the market this summer transfer market. Now, if Frenkie de Jong refuses to leave this summer, then Barcelona are ready to put him on the stands and not have him play a single minute. And let's not forget, 2026, we have a World Cup. So if Frenkie de Jong doesn't play that entire 2025-2026 season, means he could end up missing the World Cup. So hopefully that's going to be a motivation for the player to leave, because we're all sick and tired of him, and it seems that the board of directors are too. And in fact, it's reported that some people within the club consider that when Frenkie de Jong plays, it's actually worse because his value goes down even more. So there's people in the board who right now even prefer that Frenkie doesn't play at all, because that's how bad they consider his form is, where every time he touches the field, his value takes a hit. Anyways, let's end this video with the news that Girona are set to convince, or want to convince, I should say, Barcelona to let Eric Garcia go. Now, Eric Garcia was a player that Hansi Flick does not count on, and in fact, he has opened an exit door to him, letting him know that he's not going to be getting much playing time. But despite that, Barcelona are not looking to offload anyone in the winter transfer market because they consider it would be weakening the squad. However, Girona are very interested in signing Eric Garcia. They want to sign him on a permanent transfer, and they want to do it this winter transfer market. But they know that Barcelona don't want to let any of their players go during the winter. As such, Girona want to try to convince Barcelona to let Eric Garcia go. Now, of course, this will depend on 2 factors on whether Barcelona agree or not. The number 1 factor, how much money. I'm sure if Girona offer Barcelona, a substantial offer, the club will most likely not say no. And the other one is whether Eric Garcia will become Marc Casado's substitute, because now with Araujo and Christensen back from injury, well, Christensen is not yet there, but he's expected to come back in injury in January. That means Eric Garcia will no longer be considered for the center back position. So the question is, will Flick consider him for Casado's position as a backup for Casado? We'll have to wait and see. And those 2 factors will affect the decision of Barcelona on whether to let Eric Garcia leave in the winter or not. Because again, Barcelona don't want to let anyone leave in the winter. The summer, of course, that's a whole different story. In the winter, they don't want to weaken the squad. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video before this one, so make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.